Welcome to Pull the Pin Already, War Room Edition. We're back. I'm Jim. With me as usual is Mike, and our special guest today is Nate. And there's the awkward silence from Mike again. You see?
Oh, my bad. How's it going, Nate?
That was your time to pick up, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Yeah, Mike always gives me the hard part. Then I give him an easy part, and he ultimately makes me do the hard part and the easy part.
Hey, so Nate, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So now I joined the Army when I was 18. My first duty station was Fort Hood. Jim there was one of my first team leaders. I think it might have been my second team leader. He's the one that got me in all the trouble I was getting in the Army. So after I was at Fort Hood for 2.5 years, I went to Korea for a year. Actually did not get any trouble in Korea, surprisingly.
Leadership.
And then after Korea, I had very good leadership. I had very good leadership. Well, Jim was a very good leader too. But actually,
see that you scared him away, huh?
Yeah.
my battery was low. It said. And actually, talking about leadership, my platoon sergeant in Korea was actually at the time was Sergeant First Flak McNerney, who ended up being the MP Corps Regimental Sergeant Major. So obviously, he was thought of highly for his leadership. And then I went to Fort Drum for 3 years after that, where I deployed to Afghanistan for 7 months and in Iraq for a year.
Wow. And Mike, obviously, this is a first, I think, right? 3 MPs.
Yeah. Should be the best show ever.
Or the most hated show.
Yeah, or the most hated show. Exactly. Yeah. So do you have any connection with the military right now, Nate?
Actually, I still work for the Army. I'm a government civilian for the Army at Aberdeen Proving Ground, Maryland. I actually do human resources now.
Oh, okay. All right.
So no nights, no weekends, no holidays, no overtime.
Yes. How long have you been doing that?
Aberdeen, I've been at Aberdeen now for 4 years. Okay. Before I've been a civilian now for 20 years. So I started actually in Germany, and then I came to Fort Detrick, and then I went to Dover Air Force Base, and now I'm at Aberdeen.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you this. With everything you see now, with your connection still somewhat with the military, what do you think about the military today versus when we were in?
I think it's very different. I see a lot of no sloop, no hat area zones. I don't understand what that. I think it's a lot more lenient. I don't see soldiers at parade rest or attention like they used to be back in the day. They don't get locked up anymore. You know, they don't get smoked for doing the wrong thing. I think they get pushed through.
So this would have been a great time for you to be in the Army causing trouble.
Yeah.
Probably a sergeant major by now. You're right.
Hey, full disclosure, Mike, this is the gentleman that's responsible for my nickname.
Oh, Jimbo?
Jimbotron.
Jimbotron.
Oh.
That's where I got it. He's the one that gave me that. I lie to everybody and tell everybody, because he thought I was like a machine, That's what I tell everybody, but no. He was probably making fun of me, but that's where it stuck.
So where did it come from, Nate?
Oh, stop. We don't need to know that.
I don't know. I don't know how it came about. I just called him Jimbotron one day, and I guess somebody else heard it, and it just stuck.
Wow. Yeah, I never knew that. That's cool. So let me ask you, what do you think about the state of America?
Well, share what you can share.
It needs help.
Good answer.
It needs help.
I like that.
It needs a lot of help.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that kind of parallels what he's saying with the military, right?
Yeah.
The country.
Right. The military. There's still great leadership in the military, obviously. I just think it's gone by the way of millennials now. They have their way, and then that's the way it's happening.
Yeah, I will say that, and guys used to say this when we were in also. Some of the old heads say, "Oh yeah, it's a different military now." So more different than when I was in, and now we're saying the exact same thing. It's kind of funny, actually.
Well, it's a true story because I actually started going to a veterans place here.
Hold on.
Yeah.
James, was he our squad leader? Staff Sergeant James?
Yeah.
I don't know. Were you? You weren't mine though, were you?
I don't know. I don't remember, man.
It's sad. It was my last duty station,
Wait,
and I know the least.
When you wore your rank, when you wore your pin on rank, didn't you double it up so it was thicker?
He remembers that shit. Wow.
Now I know. Now I remember him.
So he remembers you and I don't. But you had, he had to have been mine too, right? He had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he wasn't ours. He was an opportune though.
He was for a short period though. It wasn't long. Because I even remember when I got there was a lot of shifting around.
We had that big fat dude for our squad leader.
Fredrickson.
Oh, the one you showed the picture.
That's him.
Yeah. To this day. You remember that? I don't want to beat this guy, but we went out on a little mission and we had to set up a fighting position. We were doing an ambush, right? And so he's setting up the guys and I came over, I'm like, hey, you know, staff sergeant, whatever. And I said, you know, you got us in a crossfire here. He went off on me, dude, and put me on radio duty. I was a team leader. Like, do you understand? I wasn't just some private. I was like supposed to be part of the mission, you know? He put me on radio duty. I was like, are you serious? Yeah, he was aloof, man. He was one of the worst I probably worked with.
Man, that's funny. I like that. Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if you guys were there.
So
he was our lieutenant. What the heck was his name?
We were talking about Randall or Wood?
You guys might have been gone already. He might have been still there. No, our LT.
Which one? The one that was prior listed?
That was Hill.
Hill. That's.
Oh, I forgot. Dang it. Anyways, he is now the commander of the 89th MP Brigade.
Huh.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But remember too, like back in our day when we were getting out, because Mike brought it up to me earlier in the conversation, you know, that's when they were giving all the early outs. That's when they were cutting the military down. So you remember after all that happened, we had a large gap. The backbone of the army got out, which was all the guys who could make it in the world and wanted the money. And then all the people in the bottom ended up shifting up to those positions and they weren't ready for it. So it's not a surprise to see, you know,
Thanks. That's me.
But you did get out. I mean, you ultimately got out, right?
I did get out, yeah.
Yeah. With all those Article 15s, I don't know how, right?
Just two.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
What was his name?
Who?
The lieutenant.
We're trying to reminisce. We could do that all day.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
We're waiting on your cue, man.
My mind now. Sorry. Hey, so let me ask you this, Nate. If you were king for a day, not dealing with the military, but just in America, what specifically would you do to change it in the right direction?
I don't think you can do it in one day. I have to be king for a little longer than that.
I like that.
A realist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really don't know what I would do. If I was king for one day, I'd have a lot of fun, but I don't know if I'd ship America. I don't know if I'd ship America in the right way.
No, that's the Nate I remember.
Hey, Nate is like one day right here, baby. I'm good.
One day, it's all about me.
Nate's like, wait a minute, I was king for a day.
I'll try and.
Nate was king for a while. That's why he ended up where he was.
Yeah.
It was a green Jeep, right? Did you have a green Jeep?
It was red.
Red. I wanted to say red, but for some reason I didn't. Yeah, I remember the Jeep.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's when we got the Calvin when we went to El Paso, and we had him pissing on Fort Hood.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. I remember those things. Yeah, I know exactly. I remember those.
Stickers,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cars, yeah. Wow, that was fun. So remember when we went to Juarez? Do you remember? You went with us. Yeah. You remember when we saw that dude get shot in the street on our way out? I tell this story to this day.
They pushed us all back into the club.
One time, that was me pushing your drunk asses in the club. I was the only one not
that
drinking.
Was the bouncers too. The bouncers were pushing us in.
I'm sure everybody, because there was what, 4 or 5 of us?
You always took care of us.
Of course. It was my job.
You always took care of us. You're the only one that never drank.
Yeah.
So you're saying that Sergeant Jimbotron took care of you.
He did take care of us.
I did my best.
There was a special 3 or 4 of us he took care of.
Yeah.
You got to remember too, that was the last duty station in my career. And me and Mike were discussing earlier, like that ruined it for me. My military career ended at Fort Hood because of a certain command sergeant major who took me out of the K-9 program because she had issues, whatever. That ruined it for me.
K-9.
Yeah. So she ended my career. So to say that I was at least in good spirits for something.
Same here. I had a bad experience with that same command sergeant major, and in addition to other things that I was going through, I would say that Fort Hood ended my career. Yep.
It was a good duty station.
Yeah, I wasn't an NCO then, so I didn't have the problem with like the NCOs like you guys did back then.
Yeah.
Most of you guys took care of me while I was just a private and specialist there. But when I did become an NCO, I found out that other NCOs just looked out for themselves and not for the soldier. Yeah. And that's a big problem in the Army nowadays. They just look out for themselves. They look out for their own careers. They don't look out for the soldiers. They don't take care of the soldiers. It's all about them and not about the family taking care of soldiers anymore.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Right.
Out there.
Right. There's still a lot of good ones out there. And it's just that it's a sense of camaraderie, but I don't think it's the same level that we had when we were in.
I don't think so either. I mean, Jim will tell you I had, and probably still do, I have a mouth on me. I don't back down from anybody. Rank doesn't scare me. And that's what got me in most of my trouble, is because it didn't matter what rank you were. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. And they got upset about that. They didn't like being told they're wrong. And I got in trouble for it, but I am here and I'm doing good for myself. I got a family. I got 2 kids. I still work for the Army, still work for the government. Still got retirement benefits.
Yep. You're still doing your part.
I still doing my part, yeah.
Yeah.
I only got 17 more years to retirement now.
What the hell is it? Get out of here. Get out of here, dude.
For some reason, when we do these episodes, Mike likes to get up, walk away. This is only when we do these episodes, there's just...
Come on, guys. Stuff. Gotta go. Come on.
Did they come out of a closet?
Yeah, they came out of the closet.
No.
He keeps his kids in the closet. He didn't have enough money to build a cage, so he had to put them in the closet.
Hey, y'all gotta go.
We only put cages on the border.
Right. Well, they're his kids, so obviously they don't need a cage, just a closet.
Still waiting on that DNA, buddy.
Well, you're still paying for them, so.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God, I'm going to pay for it when she sees this, too. Hey, close the door.
Let us know when you're done with your family drama there, Mike.
Okay, sorry about that. Oh, we're good.
All right. Conversation killer there, Mike.
Yeah,
so
always.
I was going to ask you, Nate, because especially you have a different perspective to me, because I thought Fort Hood was good for a lot of reasons, but what about the law enforcement work there? How did you feel about actually doing law enforcement work at Fort Hood?
I think Fort Hood, big posts like that should be every private's first duty station, be it for the field or for law enforcement, because you learn both sides of it. When we were there, it was open post. It was open post. So my very first law enforcement call was for a shooting.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it's.
It wasn't him that shot somebody. Just to clarify that.
It wasn't cousin me. I got called to a shooting. But I think every major installation should be every private's first duty station. Hood, Bragg, Lewis, Polk, maybe not Polk, but Drum. Those big installations, they shouldn't go straight garrison, because when they make nowadays they make NCO at a garrison post, when they go to a Fort Hood, they have no clue what TA-50 is.
None.
Right.
None.
And they're supposed to lead.
I mean, I was pissed. I joined the military because I wanted to be a police officer, and I was pissed when I went to Hood because I went to the field a lot. But now that I know the Army, now that I know I'm glad it was my first duty station. So I learned both sides for 2.5 years. It was now the last year or so we were there. 64th was deployed. Well, they were on vacation to wherever they went to.
Hungary, right?
Yeah, I think Hungary. Yeah. And then 410th was they also went somewhere too. So then we were the only ones left there. So between us and 401st, we worked a lot of garrison the last year.
I told you it was a 401st. I told you, Mike.
For law enforcement.
It was 401st. That last company was 401st?
Yes.
Wow.
410th, 411th, 401st, and 64th, right?
Yes.
I don't remember the 401st. Wow. Okay.
Well, we call it the 401 worst.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Now you remember, right? But it didn't matter anyway because every unit there was just cannibalizing from every other unit. All they would do is whenever was deploying, they'd pull them from all the other units. Then they'd all deploy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we lost like a whole platoon when 64th left.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I remember that because they were trying to get me to I wanted to deploy, and then they told me I had to re-enlist if I wanted to deploy. And I was like, okay.
Do I get a rucksack with that or what? Like an extra duffel? Like, please sign me up. Sign me up.
Yeah.
What an enticement.
Yeah, I mean, that's 23 years later now, and I'm at APG now, Aberdeen Proving Grounds in Maryland, and there's no MPs there. It's civilian gate guards and civilian police. So the MPs, I think, are just far and few in between now. They're mostly at the major installations now.
Or they just stuck to combat missions. Because, I mean, we had a pretty good combat mission. It wasn't like our mission in combat was useless. I mean, we did provide, the POW camps, all that, convoy security, which they still use. So we had
PPW.
route recons.
We had no prisoners of war. We had enemy prisoners of war. No
Right. Yeah, you got it. You got it. I lost my smart book and I haven't studied it in a while.
Oh, I forgot about the smart book. Yeah. I forgot
standing in line waiting to eat.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah, it was good times, man. Real good time.
Yeah. And this is what I said, like right here, like this is what I like about this. Here we are, grown ass men years later, and I could reach out to a guy like Nate, like who I haven't talked to you in a while, because life goes on and we all get busy. But here I am, reach out and say, hey, Nate, come join us. And here we are shooting it up and having a good time. That's what I love about the military.
Yeah, it was for me it was good times, and I was like, wouldn't change it for the world.
Well, like I always tell people, the two best decisions I've ever made in my life was joining the Army and getting out.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I still have a lot of good friends. I still have quite a few good friends I still talk to regularly. A couple of us, we do a fishing trip every year, and a couple of us do a golf trip every year. So some of us get together 2 or 3 times a year still.
Oh, nice. Anybody from Hood that we might remember?
No.
No. I was looking at some pictures. Yeah, I was looking at some pictures. Saying like,
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't talk to anybody from Hood anymore. I mean, I'm Facebook friends with a handful of them, but I don't really talk to them like that. A couple of, like 2 or 3 guys from Korea and about 3 or 4 guys from Drum, I still talk to regularly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And now 2 from Hood.
Yeah, right.
You can't say you don't talk to any from Hood anymore.
Yeah.
That's right.
Can't say that now. So now my dog's gonna go crazy. It's always something, right? My dog's going crazy now here. So I don't know, you've obviously never watched our shows, but I don't know what the time we're on here, but what we like to do in our show is we always want to give you an opportunity at the end of our show to just go vent about something in the world, just anything generic. So like we call it pull the pin already, something you want to pull the pin on. So I don't know if there's something in the world today that just is irking you so bad that you want to have an opportunity and give a spiel about it, but that's what we normally do at the end of the show here. We'll let you pick something and just vent.
You have to tell. This is Nate you're talking to. You know that, right?
And,
You have to- one thing, Nate. Just
and
one.
how many people pick politics?
How many what?
What do you think? How many people?
How many people pick? Cool. I mean, I'm a registered independent, so I can vote either way. But man, the way it's going nowadays, these term limits need to happen for these congressmen and senators. They're ruining it. You can have a president every 8 years. It doesn't matter. Not much is going to change until you change Congress and change Senate. When you have people in there that been in there longer than I've been alive, or both of you been alive combined, that's a problem.
Biden.
I mean, that should not be a career job. You know, they talk about career politicians. I mean, I'm going to be a career government employee, but not a politician. So I think they need to have term limits because that's the problem in the country right now. They're too far one way or too far the other, and there's no really the middle people don't have enough money. Like the common folk don't have enough money to run against these million and billionaires to beat them.
Well, they get pushed out anyway.
If I had $1 billion, I could probably beat both of them. And so could the other 200 million people in America. We got 352 million people in America, and those are our two best choices.
That was good timing right there. His video cut out. It was like a mic drop.
Hey, yeah, he dropped the mic on that one, didn't he?
And we only got one thing to say about that.
Come on, man.
All right. So since Nate's video dropped out, his battery probably died. I don't know what's going on, but either way, that is about the end of our show. So we thank you all for joining us on this episode. We hope you come back for the next one. Thanks again, Nate, for joining us. If you can hear us still, that's great. If not, I will definitely reach out, tell you thank you, send a link when we post this. Until next time, Godspeed.
And pull the pin.
Thanks for joining us here. Pull the pin already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.